Hey everyone, we're looking at the ribs today. So the basic parts of the rib start at the head. The rib has a very small head, so it is the capitulum. Ulum is a diminutive ending, so capitulum, the little head. Just behind the head, as one would expect, there is the neck. And then this facet here is the tuberculum. Tuberculum refers to kind of this whole crusty prominence, but specifically this articular facet. Next is the angle. The angle is sometimes, you may see a prominence on the angle, but you may also just see kind of a smoother curve. It's where the rib changes direction, angle of the rib. And the rest of it is the body. Focusing on the capitulum and tuberculum, the articular facets, let's take a look at how they interact with our thoracic vertebrae. So, loosely, we have the thoracic vertebrae together here with two demifacets on the centrum, forming a full articular space, or a complete articular space. So demifacet number 1, demifacet number 2. That is where the capitulum of the rib articulates. The capitulum articulates with the demifacets, and then the tuberculum, if you arc that rib back for a complete connection, the tuberculum articulates with the full facet on the transverse process. When you're telling left from right ribs, hold the ribs so that you are looking down at the curve. You're looking down at the tuberculum and the capitulum. If you are holding them straight, the tuberculum should be angled slightly caudally. So this, it's a little bit subtle. So the tuberculum is angled slightly caudally. If we're looking down at the back of the animal at the spine, that's how you can tell this is a right rib, because on the right side, it is angled caudally. If we try it out on the left side, try looking down at this right rib and put it on the left side to try it out, you'll notice the tuberculum is angled anteriorly or cranially, so that it's on the incorrect side. You want it to be facing caudally. So, right rib, left rib. So looking at the ribs in context in the rib cage, there's a few things we want to note in regards to how those ribs attach to the sternum. So above, dorsally we have the spinal column with vertebrae, and ventrally we have the sternum. If the sternum is separated into separate individual sections, these individual sections are the sternebrae, and there are two unique parts of the sternum. We have our manubrium, which is the foremost section. It's protruding on some animals. In some creatures, like humans, the manubrium is very flat and shield-like. Moving around to the back, we have the Ziphisternum. In humans, this has been reduced to a xiphoid process, so if you're familiar with that term from anatomy, know that that's for animals with a reduced structure back here, but we will be looking for Ziphisternum, if that is a full bone that we are pointing at. Now we have true ribs, which are the majority of the ribs. We have false ribs, and we have floating ribs. True ribs, they're costal cartilage. The cartilage of the rib, costa also means rib. They have a unique connection point to the sternum. So a true rib has one piece of costal cartilage connecting to one place on the sternum. False ribs, these three back here, there's a varying number depending on the organism. Their costal, let me see if I can angle this better. Their costal cartilage joins together and enters the sternum at a single point. So you can see 1, 2, 3. They merge together and they enter, or they connect with the sternum at this point right here. And they branch out 1, 2, 3. The floating ribs, while they may have a bit of costal cartilage for shape. They do not reach all the way to the sternum. This may have a little piece of cartilage, but it has fallen off. So these two are floating ribs. Thank you for listening. Good luck studying, and talk to you soon.